Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're going to be trying our first new game of the new year, and it's a lovely cozy factory building automation game called Alchemy Factory. Very peaceful music in the background, and I'm going to be starting a new game. Now, we have tried to record a few different series and I just couldn't come up with a system I liked without having it bogged down with 2-hour build videos just for simple things. We're going to call it Season 1 as well. There's some achievements in this game I do want to go for, which are extremely exciting. So we'll talk about that as soon as I get into the game. So starting a brand new game, we've got the tutorials on. Now, one of the achievements, which are like extreme ones, is you cannot build any properties around you. This is the only space you have. So a 3x3. You can go up as high as you want, but you cannot unlock any properties. That's one of the achievements you have to complete the game. So I'm very interested in that one. And the second one is doing it with no shop sales. Now, for the first one, I do want to do the shop sales because I want to show that off to people. So we're just going to run through the tutorial very quickly. So it's telling me to buy a log. Buy a plot of land. So let's come over here and buy this one. And we're just going to try and get up to tier 4. So if we have a quick look, this is the research tree. We're starting up here. So currently we can do like table saws, going into conveyor belts, into grinders, into small boxes. Then we've got tier 2, all tier 3, tier 4. And as you see, it is an absolute massive game, considering it's an early access game as well. And it's one of the most accomplished sort of UI interfaces of a factory game I have ever seen. Absolutely fantastic. So it's not telling me to research yet, so I'm not going to do that. So it tells me to build a wooden table. So we do have an hot bar at the bottom. We can quickly build things. I am going to immediately get rid of the table. I don't like using the tables. So now it's telling me to start researching the table store. Okay, nice and quick. I am also going to go straight ahead and get these 3. Now, you have to be careful if you unlock products. Certain products like small gears, mortars, even rope are sold in the shop. If you unlock it, then it will start appearing in your daily quests, and that's a good way of money in the early game. So it's telling us to build a saw. I do need to change my bar slightly at the bottom, so there's things on here I do not want. We put boxes towards the end here. I like my conveyors at 1. We'll keep you on just for now, and the blocks. How did I... That was it. I had my bars on there. It's alright because you can have multiple bars saved. So I want sort of building blocks on this one here. But what else would come under building blocks? Not a lot, really. No, that'll be fine. Let's go back onto my main bar. So he's telling me to build a table saw, so let's get one built. I am going to be building on this side. We can rotate them round, and on certain buildings you can change the form as well. The reason is because when I set up the shop, I want this to be like a production line into the shop. I'm going to keep on this back wall as far as I can. Now it's telling me to place a log, which we just brought. So that's a basic one. Now it's telling me to produce a large wooden gear. So let's just put a belt on just so people can see what's going on. And then we can have a look in our menu. So it's telling me how to do every item we have access to. And again, anything that you can sell in the shop will also come up as a goods. So for instance, with this one here, it told me it just needs a plank. So the wood there is getting cut into planks. It needs to go into a grinder, and then it makes a large gear. Nice and simple. Rotate you around. When you see the belts turn blue, that means it's linked. So that means everything's going to flow straight into this machine here. Now the second thing we want to have a look at is this is doing 30 a minute. So we want to have a quick look at the grinders. So how fast are the grinders? So those are 10 a minute. So that means I can build 3 grinders to run off just the one machine. Like I said, it's not going to be ultra efficient. It's just going to be enough for what we need. And now it's telling me to produce a gear, so I will just do the same thing there. So again, you saw how intuitive those belts was. So I've dragged it from the outside because I wanted it coming from the outside in, and I wanted it the same here. Fantastic. Let's come into that menu. Let's pick up a gear. It's telling me to collect 10. Now, what we can actually do here is we can put a box on. Now, there's a couple of ways we could put the box on here. So, number 9. So, as you see, our box is there, but I can change it into different forms. So, now it's coming in on the right, not on the left. I can change it long ways. I can also have a standing up version. So, I think for this, I am going to change the way I've just set up the belts. I'm going to have a box storing at the side there. And this time I want the belts to all come this way into the box. So as you see, all the belts change. Now everything's going into the box until I can do the next process. Now it's telling me to check mailbox. I'm not going to try and speedrun the game, but I am going to try and go at a decent pace. So it's telling me I need 20. The tutorial does tell you 10. I think they changed it after the demo and they never actually did anything with it. So now we've got 27 on us. That's more than enough. I think also I've got a little bit of money. I want to keep this process going a little longer. So I'm just going to set it up to be full of logs. We can also do boxes, so items come in the box and come out, which we'll probably end up doing, like have little buffer boxes. So we can turn in the quest. We're going to get 400. We get 200 flax for free. And it's also moving us up into tier 2 already. We get some skill points where we can put them where we want. We get access to a new item, which is flax seeds. And we also get a new item, which is limestones, which is for the stone crushers. So again, we're going to have a look at the quest. It's telling us now it's 50 rope. It's on the right-hand side. So we'll get to that one soon. So it's telling us to buy some limestone. So let's just continue on with this quest. It doesn't take long to get it gone. Build a stone crusher. We've got to research it first. So let's quickly research that. I will research this, but I don't tend to use incline conveyors because there's just a better version here. The conveyor lifts, and you get it very, very soon. We're also going to unlock the seed plot because the flax we just got, we can do it in seed plots. I'm also going to unlock the process already. Not going to unlock any of the recipes until I'm ready to start making it. Now, I think the first one I am going to do is, what's it telling me to do? Just telling me to build a crusher. So again, I've just got a lot of stuff it puts on my bar, which I don't want on my bar. You can stay there for the moment. I don't want you, I don't want you. Okay, so if I go to number 8, and it's a very similar machine to this one. So we're going to do a very similar thing. Just give it a little bit of space. Doesn't have to be amazing. So the stone we just brought, we go on there. Now if we check this, this is only doing 20 a minute. It's telling me to complete the mortar, so I'm going to go and have a look what I need. We didn't unlock it yet, so let's get that research done. Now it's telling me to build a processor. I thought Okay, let's put you on the bar there, number 3. That's fine. So we're going to do exactly the same as we did to the other. Now this one is telling me I need more gears. There we got a box full here. It's just been doing it in the background while I've been setting up other things. So let's put a processor down. And this is the interesting one, these machines. So as you see, it's coming out the right side. I can rotate it round. But I can also change the factor. If I want it to come out the left side, I can do that. So just for now, I'm just going to set 2 like that. Put one on that side. Yeah, that's fine. I can move things easy later. So if we set the recipe on this one to mortars, it does 3 a minute and it needs 15 stone. Now, when we're looking at this, it does 20. So the best way to do this is actually to have 3. Now we're producing 60 a minute. each of these machines is running 15 a minute. So I could set up 4 processors. And all I'm copying is it with the middle mouse button. It allows me to just cut and paste. So easy. Now, this time I'm going to change the belt in. I want the belt to come from this edge one. And I want it to come all the way this way. So it's going to slowly load up everything until it gets up to here. And then I'm going to repeat it going back. Like that. And then we'll put a box here. So we can just copy that box into there. So any mortars it makes, it's going to be putting them into this box for me here. And at the moment, I don't need too much of this. So I'm just going to buy 2 more stone. Just keep everything going. Now it is asking me to buy some flax seeds, which is the next thing I want to do. I think I want to try and start off with 6 if I can afford it. Now our money has gone right the way down. Maybe purchased a little too much there. Now also, because I've got everything coming here, I also want to collect some stone. So I'm going to put you on there. And also, I want to collect a little bit of wood. So I'm going to be changing the belts slightly. That'll be fine. So a little bit of the wood's going to go off into here. So it's not going to be 100% efficient, but that's fine. I've got a good amount of these already, 130. I don't really need that many on me. Just 1 stack on me is more than enough. Now, as soon as this box is full, it will fill up the belt, and then everything will sort of go into there. I mean, ideally, I need this 1 more space across. So I am just going to change that. So we can go into queue. This is where all our machinery is stored. And I want you to come from there. And I also want this box to be this side. So I'm rotating it round. You see the belt's blue. That means it's in the right place. I'm going to get rid of you. And then I'm just going to change the belts on this. So I want this, okay, end of day. It does come up on you very fast, the end of the day reports. Now, because we're not selling anything, quests are the way we're going to be getting our money. So we need to make sure as soon as a new day starts that we're ready to do quests. So I want it to go from the left and I want it to go to the right. So that means it will come out the machine. Let's just take that belt because I don't think that one's connected right. And then we can just load it back up. With as many logs as we got. And I want to load up all these. So as you see, the wood's coming out. And then it's going to go up here. If any of the boxes are full, then it's going to store me some wood in here. So as you see, the wood's coming into the second. Because we've got 3, I mean, I don't technically need this third one. I'm not running this at a super efficient. So yeah, I'll take the third one out. At least that way I get some planks into a box. And also down here, if I need any stone, I can get stone into a box. Now, the one thing is I did really wanted the seeds to be planted before the day end. Because while you're sleeping, things will start growing. So just for now, I'm going to be putting a load of these down here. And then, as you see, we can quickly plant the flax. That's the only seed I've got on me. So we've got all those planted. Did I have any more in my inventory? Yeah, I had another 2. So, okay, we need some more stone for that. So I just need to wait for the machine to do some. If I really want to, I could do the same as I did with the other side. Take a machine away, just so it's not running ultra efficient. And that means I'm going to get some stone in the box. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, 40 stone, that's going to be enough to get the next 2 up. And we will be needing this for a lot of processes. So just make sure all the seeds are planted. Brilliant. Okay, so let's, what's it telling me? Go inside the shop, so this is this way. Build a medium shelf, which we can just get from our build menu, which is Q. And we just got to find the shelves. Now, we do have to sell something. So it's telling me to assign mortars. So I'll assign the mortars, and then we've got to restock it once. All the mortars are in this box. I can quickly grab all of them. Only got 16, that's fine. And we do have to do a customer just to get rid of the tutorial quest, which I am going to do. Check out a customer. So we just got to wait for a customer. You will hear a little bell. And if I want to, I could put mortars on both sides, just for now. I will close the shop as soon as this person's bought it. Brilliant. So tutorial's gone now. Going to get rid of that, and I'm going to close the shop. Just until we can get automated checkouts, which will be tier 4. So, random quest for today. It's telling me to collect planks, telling me to collect stones, and it's telling me to collect mortars. So I'm just going to pin that on the side. I also have a carpenter's request, which is a building item. That one's also going to get pinned. But this random quest has a time limit of 2 days. So that's the one we want to concentrate on. So I just need 16 of these. I've currently got 15. One more should be coming through in a minute. There you are. So I've got the 16 for the quest. And now it's just waiting for the wood to stack up in here. Which we're up to 126. We need 200. And then we should be getting some stone into here. We're up to 98 now. So that's a little better. Now we could work on the next process of this one. And we can just look at our menu. So, did I unlock it? No, I didn't. So, I'm just going to clear some of these tabs off here. But it will tell you, so if I want to go and see that flax I'm planting, what it's used for. It's used in 2 crafts, but we only know one of them. The second one will come later. So, if I put flax into a grinder, it equals flax fibre. So, as soon as we get the first batch off, that's something I'll be doing. And then if we click on flax fibre, it will say it's used in 2 recipes, but we haven't researched them yet to find out what they are. So, the next research I want to be doing is small wooden gears. And then when that's done, I want to get the box. But we have to be careful because I did spend a bit too much of my money and I've currently only got 1,000 until I can get that random quest done. And that research has been done now. So to make a small wooden gear, we put a large wooden gear into a processor and it makes a small wooden gear. So for this one, I am going to change this slightly. I'm going to take this box and I'm going to change the orientation of it. How do I want to do it? Probably, yeah, I want it on this side. So let's grab our small box, change the configuration. I want it as coming in one length and going out the other side, so like that. And put it there. And I'm just extending the belts to go into the box. And any ones I don't need, I don't need, like I said, all this. So just for the moment, I'll fill it up just so the gears will back up. And when the gears back up, it will give me more wood. So to make the small gears, it's telling me I need it in a processor. So we did use the processor over there. Now this is a different recipe. Now I want your output to be right off the back here. So I want to change the form. So just so I can have a bit more of a neater belt. And then I'm just going to belt that into this machine. And then again, we can just have a look. Set the recipe as small gears. And it's telling me it's taking 5 large. Now we know from here it is doing 10 a minute. And we've got 2. So that could have 4 processors. But just for the moment, I'm happy with 1. Like I said, it doesn't have to be ultra efficient. Right at the very start, you get better technology very soon to make all that happen. And I'm also going to colour my boxes with something. So I'm going to put them as blue. Anything that can go into the shop. So that'll be the mortars, the 2 gears. And again, if we just have a quick look in our menu under goods, those are the 3 items we can sell in the shop. And the basic resources are just going to be... What colour do I want the basic resources to be? I'll have them as black. I could go and buy more stone for this, but we've got enough. If we look in the box there, I've got 13. I don't need a massive quantity. I'm more interested, actually, in stone right this second. So if I was to take the stone off this, I could just go and put it on this machine, and all the stone's going to go into the box now. That's fine. I don't need these unless a quest is asking for it. Right at the moment, let's go and pick up the stone. So I've got enough for the quest. And have I got enough wood? Not quite. It's going to take a little bit longer. If I want to, I could take this down to 1 grinder, just so I get more wood into the box until I'm selling in the shop. And as you say, these are already coming out at a good whack. And I'm already making up. Let's go and collect some small ones on me. So that's just going to run in the background. Let's have a look at the next research. I would like the wooden box. I'm looking at my money. Yeah, I can afford it. And then I want to go into linen thread, because that is where I'm going to be using the flax from. We will go into rope, but not quite this second. Let's change some of this around. So I don't need you on here. I'd rather have my boxes at the end here. I think that's okay for now. And we can just rearrange our inventory so it just tidies up a bit. I think I might go and grab another log, because I am going to need a lot of planks. It's something you're always going to need, planks. And then once we've done the random quest, the carpenter is also going to give us a good amount of money. Just put a couple of logs on there. So the next thing we're going to be setting up is for the next process. So go back into materials, and now we can do linen thread. So that takes flax into a processor, makes linen thread. So just for now, you'll want to get rid of... I don't need it as efficient as this. So to get some resources back, I'm going to get rid of a couple of processes. Like I said, it doesn't have to be super efficient at the moment. And where's your input? It's this side. So I am going to move you in. So I want you on the inner configuration. That means I can remove you. And just for now, I want to change your belt. Pick the wrong thing up. So let's put you back in there. Change your configuration. So you see the belts have rounded into that. And then I want this stone processor to be just going into this box. I'm more interested in stone at the moment than I am in anything else. We don't have enough for the stone, unfortunately. Just need 4 planks. They should be there now. And that will get us some money. Fantastic. I did overspend a little bit on the flax at the start, but it's not going to be wasted. We're going to need absolute tons of it. So let's turn in the quest, and that gives us 2,000. Carpenter's quest will give us 600 just for some planks. So I think I want some stone. So I'm going to purchase 2 of them and another log. And I'm going to put them on this side, because I just want stone out of this at the moment. I'm not worried about the mortars until we get the shop open. And then the log I'm just going to chuck on there. So in the background, that will just keep getting me the wood, so I can turn in the other quest, and the stone. Make sure I've not got too much of anything on me. So let's just rearrange. I've got a little bit extra large wooden gears than I'd really like. How's this machine doing? So yeah, that machine's full up with wooden gears. This is nearly full up. Let's get rid of them. So now this box is full and this input's full. It will start backing up on the line now. I'm just going to change that belt slightly. I don't like the look of it. Like I said, we will be going super efficient with everything eventually. And now one's going into here, one's going into the box. So half that's going to turn into planks for me. Okay, so now let's have a look at the flax. You'll want to change where that box is. I think I do. We'll put you there, just to keep a bit tighter. And we'll put a big box here. Just because it's going to be an input, I want it to be a big box. And we've got 200 flax already. These are probably ready here. We're coming up towards the end of the day at 2,200. So I do really want to try and plant as much flax as I can afford. And eventually we will have ways to automate the buying as well. Okay, I think I can only get 5. And just going to quick plant them. And unfortunately, I'm out of seed, so I can't plant the last one. But I've got a good amount of flax on me. So just for now, I'm just going to input it all into that box. I can hold down the control key and press it and it'll put it all in there. Have a little bit of a sort out in there. Okay, so we want to have a look. The flax into a grinder equals the flax fibre. So I've got it on my bar, number 2. So we'll just do something as simple as this. I'm okay with this being a bit more efficient than the last side. So the first thing I want, or the first thing I'm going to say, is belts run at 60 per minute. There was some research or upgrade points we did pick up. At the moment, I don't want to put it into anything. If you do belt speed, so that will take it from 60 to 75, what it starts doing is messing around with your buildings. So unless you can do your factory efficiency at the same time as your belts, it will throw all the numbers out, and then later game, you have a right problem on your hands. So I would say, until you've got 8 points and do 4 here to double the speed of the machines and double the speed of the belts up to 120, it's not worth doing for me personally. Now, we've got ways we could do. Fuel efficiency is going to be super critical at the start. Also, we could just increase the quest rewards. We're doing a lot of quests at the moment. We can increase the sales in the shop. Okay, sales profit is that one. That one's for negotiating contract amounts, so we can actually do contracts later. I've got to put the points into fuel efficiency. Now, we're not there yet, but we'll be there super, super fast. So let's have a quick look at how this is doing. So we know belts run at 60, so we can do 3 grinders. And I do want these to be as processed as fast as possible. So I'm going to start from the left, swing it over, and then I'll probably go back. So I'm going to start here and tell the belt to run. So the stuff's going to come out, go across here, go into every machine, and then it's going to come out here onto one belt. Which is superb. Now, we have got to do research. Hopefully, I've left enough money, which I've got no money at all. But we might be able to get enough money by turning in this. No, still only got 100. Now, this line's backed up, so that means everything's going in here. We are still getting small gears. Let's just chuck some of them on me. He's still coming out, but it is a little on the slow side. 1 every 12 seconds, so it's doing 5 batches a minute. Hence why it's 15 a minute. Ah, brilliant. That's what I wanted. End of day. So it gives you an expense report. So at the moment, we earned nearly 3,000 and we spent 3,000. So basically, it's saying we're broke. So first thing I want to do is grab all this, but I don't want to buy any more seeds right this second. So I've got a good amount of flax here to work with. So as you see, that box is full up until we can get this process working here. I am going to need some money for the research, though. So I'm hoping there's a quest I can do. Perfect. Small wooden gears and stone. Now, what I'm going to do on here, I'm going to double the production. Just because this machine's not the fastest. I'm going to change its direction. I want it as close to the other machine as possible. Just so I can get the small wooden gears a little faster to get this quest done. So I actually got all the small wooden gears. It's just stone, and that shouldn't take long. We've still got some stone on there, so fantastic. I'm going to actually get some money off the quest. 2,200. So nice. And then we can actually get that research done now, which is super critical. And the quest is asking for linen rope. So if we have a look on the linen rope, it's going to give us 4,500, and it will give us a free piece of iron. And that'll be where we're moving to next, is iron production. So yeah, we need to sort this out. So we've done the research now. Let's not go in crouch mode. Let's have a look. To make the rope, you put linen thread in a processor. So we've got another processor here. Let's rotate it round, and then I want it to go like that. And then we'll just have a look at the recipe, and then we'll have a look at how quick it is. I want this to be as efficient as possible. So at the moment we've got flax fibre coming into rope. It's taking 60 in a minute, which is a full belt, and it's producing 20. Then we're also going to need another one. It would be nice having a little stopgap in between these, so we'll stop that a second. Let's get one of these type boxes. Put you on the output. As you saw, it's blue, so that means anything will be going into this box now. And then we'll put another machine on here, and this time I don't want it to be doing rope. Sorry, I don't want it to be doing linen thread. I want it to be doing rope. And it takes 20 rope. Sorry, it takes 20 thread for 10 rope, and this is running at 20. So if I really wanted to, I could just repeat this process, and it would speed up my rope production. Because that's what I need at the moment. And it should be going through. It's a good pace, and we can just keep topping up the box. Fully, at the moment, I think I will just double it up. So again, we just want 3 of these. We'll come from the box going out to the last one, and then we'll bring it back on itself here. And then we'll just do exactly the same process again. Let's turn you the opposite way in case I want to squeeze another machine on the other side. We could just have this side as linen thread. It will be useful later, and if I desperately need to, I could always put the linen thread in this box here to make it into rope. And we'll put a box right at the very edge there. No, cancel. Telling me I haven't got... Thought he's taking a lot of wood, so I am going to need to buy some more wood to get that plank quest done. We'll buy 2 of you. Think how are we doing with stone? We've got nearly 100. I will leave buying the stone to see if I can afford some more flax. We do have loans in the game, so I can easily get a loan if I desperately need to. But let's get these planted before the end of the day. So we're still 10 o'clock in the morning, so we've still got plenty of time. And you just see, that's running down into... Should have a good amount of thread in here. And then this one. That box isn't literally getting taken into here. So we just need you at the end. Because this machine stopped because it was full up of rope. And now it's feeding out. So nice, simple, efficient processes. Like I said, we could have had 4 of these running. But at the moment, I'm more interested in getting stone than I am anything else. And let's add a couple of logs on there. Let's have a look at how this is doing. So we're nearly out of small ones, so I am going to have to take them out there. And this box should be pretty much full. We'll just top up our stack. I don't think... No, it's... I didn't think the recipe was set, but no. If you copy it, the recipe's on there. So again, if I desperately want to get more of these into small, which I do need... No, I don't need any more. I've done that quest. This is the only one I'm desperately after. And we'll take the rope. Now we're in 30 or 50 for the main quest. That will get us some money. So it's a little bit of a waiting game until one of these finishes. Okay, welcome back. Just because I needed the one desperately, I've cut the grinder away because this box has got nearly 200. Let's go into the box. This box is 150 of the large gear still, so that's fine. I've also took the box out the middle because I've got linen thread coming on this side. Just having a look at the back boxes. You've still got loads in, and you've still got a good amount. But we've got the items we need for the 2 quests. So carpenter quests are quite good because what it will do is give you a new item for you to be able to build with. The biggest one I like is the wooden beams. Very, very good. Allows you to stack items very easily. And we'll turn in the main quest as well. So now we're up to alchemy level 3. We've got 2 unallocated points. And the new material we can buy an iron, but it just gives us an iron for free. And now we can buy sage. We are going to want to get some sage planted pretty soon. And it's probably give us a new one. This time it's giving us 15 silver and 3,000 copper. Now, each silver is 1,000 copper. So in total, that's giving us 18,000 copper. But we've got to make healing potions. That's a little way off. And that's also why I'm going to be needing the sage seeds for. So I don't want to spend all my money. 4 of each is what I want to go with. So it does mean I will need to plant some more of these. Outside build area. Okay, so where's my build area up to? So, okay, there. We'll build them there then. And on this side here, I want to quick plant sage. And this still has about an hour left on it. And we can plant the other flax in there. We've still got another 3 on me. But I am going to need a lot more wood than I've got. So I'm not going to connect that back up quite yet until I can get a nice little stockpile. Let's have a look how these boxes are doing. Nice amount of thread already. And rope is very useful. Now we have moved up a new tier, so we have got new research we need to do. One of the most important on there to do is going to be probably conveyor lifts for me. It gives me more building items. Catapults into hoppers is a great way to move things around your factory. But I think I want to go into... I want to go into iron. Yes, because it allows me to get into lab stands. That's another great quality of life thing as well. We could also unlock the assembler. Quite expensive. We're down to 1,000. So we have got to rely on quests on the next day. But we are coming into the 2000 is when we're coming to the next day. We do access... Where do we get access to the workbench? It might be through a carpenter's quest. I'm not going to unlock healing down there. And I'm just not going to unlock anything else. So the next build I want to be doing... Yeah, we'll put it over here. Because these are pretty much finished. There will be better ways of doing this extremely soon. So this is going to be the iron thing we're making. So we can cook iron. We're going to be needing it very soon. So this has to have a fuel input. So you'll see the gap on there. So the easiest way to do this is as simple as that. Did we unlock? Okay, so I've got a lot of things on my bar I do not want. Let's put you there. Don't need you on here anymore. Don't need you. Don't need the boxes. That'll be good. So we've got a new technology called conveyor lifts. And this is why I needed a good rope stockpile. So what it does is it allows you to move things different floors and different directions. So we want this to be leaving this machine. So you see it's blue. And I need it to come up on top of this table and coming out on top of the table. Because the next process... Did I unlock it? No. No, I didn't research it. So we want to put iron in here. We did grab a free iron there. Which we'll just manually load this at the moment. But we are going to need iron very, very soon. Okay, now it's finished. I can build it. So we have got 2 inputs. One at the top is for the iron. And the one at the bottom is where the finished product's coming out. Ah. I've got this wrong. This one was supposed to go into the machine to fuel it. Then the iron, I want... Could put it in this little space. And this has to go onto here because it has to be heated. As you expect, you can't melt anything unless you have heat to it. And we could just do the same as what we did, lifting that up. Just a nice, simple. I want you to be coming... You can come straight out here. No, the bottom has to be coming out. Let's do that again. So we can press T, and you can see we can have it inputting or outputting. This will be an output. Let's go and get a log. Now, this is going to be our fuel source just for the moment until we get to next tier, and then we get a lot better ways. So these logs are going to be cutting into planks. The planks are going to immediately go up, and you'll see that light in a second. That means planks are inside. And if we have a look, you will see it uses up the planks extremely quick, but it will keep up. So it's just an easy way in the early game to fuel my iron production. And then what we want is a box just coming off the edge there. So this is now going to be storing my iron. So nice simple setups. I will be picking up some more rope because I am going to be needing more. Because I will be doing a lot of conveyor lifts. How are you doing with flags? Still a good amount. You're nearly out, so let's take a 200 from you. This right side will fill up very, very soon. So if we have a look at the box, you will see we're already 250. So this won't be running much longer. Most of the flax will be going in that side. Now talking of flax, they should be ready harvested. Just while we're at it, plant what we've got. Or just about in time. Because now they're going to be ready at the very start of the next day. So as you see, I can already harvest them. Because I'm going to need a lot of rope, fill that box up. Anything else can come into here just for the moment. I will be borrowing stuff from there. And we need to make some money, so I need to look at quests because we need to do a process with the sage. So we'll do it from here and just put the sage in that box just for the moment. Tidy up the inventory. We did have one more seed on us. We might as well just plant it. So I am cutting it right at the wire with the amount I'm spending. But it'll be fine soon. The next tier we will get access to more stuff. Perfect timing to get the iron done because now my quest is telling me it wants iron, it wants small gears, it wants mortar. We do have some mortars. If not, we'll just buy a stone to get that one done. And now we have a carpenter's quest. It will give us larger shelves, checkout tables. What's the time? I've got 2 days on this one. So I'm going to turn this one in just to get me some money. Every tier you seem to have a new carpenter's quest. So I've got the main quest there, which is healing potions. We're slowly working our way to. And now we just need enough to do this quest. Now I can never remember how much iron comes out of one of these. 0.1. Probably a couple hundred. I don't think we're going to get enough. We might need to have to buy another iron. So I'm thinking, how are you doing with log? You're about halfway already. So I think just to be on the safe side. Ooh, that's going to take most of my money. It's got to be done. And then we can just push G to load it in and G to load another log on there. Now you still have a little bit of wood in you. Let's have a look how this is doing. Brilliant, it's nearly full. And then we've got the wooden gears we need. We just need the mortars. Which I might need some more stone for, to be honest. We've only got 14 mortars. But I do have some stone on me. But what we can do is plug a box on this side here. And I want it to be entering the line. At the moment it's taking off the line. So I'm going to press T. And now it'll be joining the line. Now what I can do is just halve my stack. Put it in the box. That's going to feed onto the line. Go into here and it will make me a couple of more mortars. It's always good to have a little bit of mortar stocked up. because you will be needing them for quests occasionally. And I'm just going to wait for the iron to happen. Oh no, we could set up the healing potions. As you see, they are a bit slow, these machines. Okay, we've got our 16 mortars. We just need the iron. How far are we up to? We're up to 44, so we're nearly there. So this box has got my sage in. So next thing is let's have a look. Let's clear some of the stuff off we're not quite using. And then we want to have a look how to make the healing potions. Now, I don't think we unlocked it yet, did we? No. Okay, I need to turn the quest in first because I need 570. Okay, we've got the iron we needed now. So let's go and turn that in and get some money. 4,000. Very nice money. Like I said, you can run this game without the shop even being open. It's something which I'll probably plan on doing on one of the series. But yeah, we've got all this set up. So we want to set up the research for healing potions. So let's get that done. There's the workbench. I knew it was coming up soon. Workbench is pretty good because it will do things like allow you to sleep later. So at the moment we're sleeping at 10 o'clock and waking up at 6 AM. By upgrading the potion belt on the workbench, each one's going to be an extra 2 hours. So we'll go from 10 o'clock to midnight to 2 AM, 4 AM. I don't know if it goes all the way that you don't need to sleep. And linen as well is another one we will be wanting to do. We are going to need to do the shelf if we want to sell these, but that's not going to be quite yet. So we've got the research, so let's have a look at what it needs. So it is going to be a goods for the shop. So it's telling me we need flax fibre. Now we already got a flax fibre set up over here, which is 3 of these into a machine. So what we can do is do blueprints in the game. And you can also copy mode. So if I select this cell here, I'm just going to hold down the left shift. And I just want to select everything except for the box. Now if I press T to cut, I will move it. But if I press F, I can copy it as long as I've got the items. So there's a nice simple one. It's already got its belt, so just attach them to the box. Ah, no. That was the wrong side. I know, it still works. So it looks like I've jumped a step in front. So, sage powder was the same thing. Sage into a grinder equals sage powder. I panicked there a bit too early. So it's fine. So all I need is exactly this setup here. So let's just do it. Now we do know this is currently set up for the wrong job. But we want to set this up for... Actually, I don't think it's even that machine we need. So let's get rid of that. First stage is fine. So I'm just going to copy this onto the other side. Again, be into the blueprint. Select everything except for the box. It didn't select one of them for some reason. I don't know why. But we can easily build that. And just copy it. And copy you there. So now we're getting out the sage powder this side. And we're getting out the flax fibre there. And if you have a look at the healing potion, that's all we needed. Into an assembler. Okay. So let's tidy up my bar again because I've got a lot of stuff on here. I do not want to be on this bar. And let's go into the building. And I'm going to select the assembler because we will be using a lot of these. So I like them, the things I use a lot on my bar. So we're just going to put one down here because I'm pretty certain I've got to belt 2 things into these. But we know the box is coming out at 60. Each of these are doing 20. So I'm getting 60 a minute out the back. What does the potion take? So to make the potion, it needs 60 a minute. So it only needs 1. So that's even easier. So we'll just move you. Do I want to? No, that's fine. I can just work with it there. So we're going to have this belted from here into this side. And we're going to get this belted. Got to make sure the belts don't meet, which it doesn't. So everything's coming out of here at 60 a minute. So this is making perfect 10 a minute. And we can just put a box on the end. So as you see, that side there, it doesn't go blue because it's only got one output. Some machines have two, some machines only have one. So if we look in that box, you'll see we're starting to get the healing potions now. I do have a little bit of sage powder on me I do not want. I'm just going to take... not that one. You was the one I was joining line. So we just copy you. And if I just put the sage powder in here, instead of wasting it, I'll just put it in here and then it will just get rid of it in its own time. And then I'm just going to copy that box to there. So anytime I end up with flax fibre or sage powder, instead of just binning it, I'm just going to send it straight back on the line. As you see, the boxes are taking priority over the line. I will leave them boxes there just as a temporary. But yeah, we've just got a nice easy setup for 10 potions. If I want the 60 a minute of the potions, then I would need 6 times as much inputs. So I'd need 18 of these for each one. It's just not worth it in the early game. We will be optimizing it a lot better in the later game, and we will have nurseries which will also feed in. Now, one thing I did forget to say is in the back here, we've got about, let's just reorganize it. So we've got about 236 there. If we come in this side, we should have the same number. I've counted out to make sure each side had the same amount. We do have, actually, I put the box in the wrong place. Flax fibre should be there, not up here. So it's just stopped all the machines. Just need to make sure the machines are working. So the middle one's working, but the other two are not. So let me just do that. So it must have been some flax inside. Yeah, I put the input on the wrong side. So here, flax fibre goes there. And yeah, I think the rope production's more important. Now, as you see here, this has stopped. So that means that box is going to be full. That's going to be extremely useful for the next stage of this. So Binzo, that flax is doing nothing. I'll send it in the rope side. And we are getting a good amount of rope, 120. We'll put that on us. Always want a stack of rope on us. Let's have a look how these are doing. So we can grab a stack of small gears. That means the big one should be backed up. Okay, so this one, we will need to put some wood on there. We've got enough money now. Let's get a grinder back on it. And again, it doesn't need to be producing too much there. I think I'll put 2 on there just for now. Because a lot of this will be going into wood production as soon as the thing's backed up there. So that's fine for now. I've got enough gears on me. Just want to make sure this is doing something. If it isn't, no, it's still doing it. Then I won't waste my wood. I'll just take it out of here. But I'm probably going to need another one of these before all this iron gets melted down. Let's go and get that dealt with. Well, yeah, we've got some money. We're up to healing potions already. And I'm hoping we can turn in that 100 before this episode's out. Okay, my stone's going down, so I am going to have to load that up. And I did forget I haven't bought anything. So I am going to need to buy some sage, because otherwise I can't do healing potions in the next day. And I want these equal. I've got 25 minutes before end of day, so I've got to be fast here. Fantastic, I got all the seeds just in time. Ah, okay, I've messed up on this side as well. I wonder why I wasn't getting healing potions. So I did the same as I did the other side. I've got this feeding on the wrong side. Sage powder should be coming in this side. No, not you. Getting everything wrong now. Get the grinders back in. Going the opposite way. And then I've got to clear this mess up I've created here now as well. Okay, problem's fixed. So it's feeding in anything I had left over, sage powder, comes in that side there. I do actually have some sage, so I'm just going to feed that in that side. And I do have flax fibre, which comes on the belt here. Just keeps my inventory tidy while it's still small. Once this overflow's gone, the belts will be running smooth again. And now we're actually getting a healing potion. So we just wait until the day's over. Okay, we've got the end of the day report. And as you see, we're spending as much as we're earning at the moment. So I do want to collect this. Unfortunately, the sage produces less than the flax. So these amounts are not even. So if you look on me, I've got 2, 4, 6, 728 of the sage, but I've got 800 out of the flax. But I will prioritise the healing potions over the other stuff at the moment, because that's for the quest. Let's go and have a look at the daily quest. So we've got the other carpenter's quest now, so we want to get into nails because these beams are extremely useful when I come into building, stacking towers. And we just need some mortars for that side, so that one's fairly easy, the random quest. We might have enough mortars, if not we'll have to buy a stone. Or we'll have to put this stone in this side. We've got 17, so we've got enough. Gets us a little bit of money. Well, 3,000, not a little bit. That's a nice amount. And I'll quickly set up the iron stuff. So, you can just go into there for the moment. How are we doing with stone? I think I'm just going to make some... Split it in half. Put some in here just so we can make some more potion. Some more of the mortars in case we need it for a quest again. You're full up, I'm full up. How are you doing over here? Come into the box. Might want to get a second one of you on there. They'll be backing up in a minute. Shouldn't be much in. Okay, so it's just filling up the machine at the moment and then it'll back up. That's fine. I've got enough on me for what I need. Got enough wood as well, but let's go and pick up some more. You can never have enough. I think in this game I don't need more than one stack right at the moment. We'll just let this back up. Have you finished yet? No, you're on the last 5% and then I'll cut this off. Easiest way to cut it off is just take this filter out. So we'll keep an eye on you in a second. So we need to do iron nails is the next one, and I know I need to research that. We do have the money now. And lab stands are going to be really important as well. I think I am willing to spend on that research as well. So let's have a look at what we need for iron nails. There it is. It's finished. And it's another item we can sell in the shop. So we just put iron into a processor to make iron nails. So we've already got the iron box there. So I'm going to rotate you round. But I want to change the form. I want the input and output to be next to the box. Like that. And then all I've got to do is put a path into there. Set up the nail recipe. And it will tell me it's taking 5 iron. And it's coming out as 15 nails. And if we have a look in there, this is producing 10. Now, any iron in there will be converted. I think I want to grab that and just chuck some more iron in this, to be honest. Because we will need nails for doing the lab stands. I've got just enough for the iron. And I'm probably going to need another log as well, just to keep it supplied. We can just press G on this and G on this. We'll keep an eye on it as soon as it's done. So it will put another box over this side here. So the output's on the inside. So if we put the box right next to here, rotate it round, put a belt from there straight into here. So nice tidy build. This is going to be storing in my nails. This is going to be storing in my iron when it backs up. I think for now, because I need 20. I'm just going to keep 20 on me. Let's put you in this box. Let's just do enough exactly for the quest. So I've got the 20 iron on me. Any iron spare will go into nail production. Will allow us to get that iron nail quest, and then that's where I'll call it. Just have a look how we're doing on our potions. We're now up to 74, so we've nearly got enough potions. So I'm just going to cut away, and when I've got enough nails and when I've got enough of the healing potions, I'll bring you back. But everything here, as you see, that's all stopped. This is still doing rope production. And then we've got an old chest here of thread as well. And perfect timing. We've just got our 60 iron nails for the one quest, and we've just got our healing potions for the other. Now, the healing potion quest will be moving us up into tier 4. There is still stuff we haven't done. I want to get the workbench done. I need to get catapults if I really want to automate stuff around the base. But tier 4, we get purchasing portals, which means we can get automated tills. So I think I am going to push straight up to tier 4. So we'll turn in the carpenter's quest first. That's 2,000. And it will give us access to a metal storage box and beams, which are fantastic. Those are such big items. I think it has like, is it 16 slots or something like that? But the beams are extremely important for me to be able to stack stuff. So we're going to turn that one in. And now we're going to turn this in, which is 18,000. So we'll have about 20,000. So we've gone from being poor. And then we can go into automatic cashiers, portals. And we've got a new project, which is red currents. Is there any other... No, there's no more carpenter's quests on at the moment. And I think I'm going to call it there. So I do need to spend some of that money getting some of these plants done. Want to get at least 4 of each up just to keep the healing potions going, because that will be a very good seller. But I think that's where I'm going to call it on this one. And then the next time we'll pick up from tier 4, automating the shop. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. And if you do have any tips, leave them below in the comments. And I'll be seeing you again soon. Thank you very much for watching.